and I am a Class B shareholder. If someone uses your investment philosophy of building a highly concentrated portfolio of 6 to 8 stocks and adopts your buy and holding principle so that the maths of compounding and no tax works for you. But however, with one major modification, invest in high-octane companies like Intel and Microsoft that are growing at 30% instead of typical 15% growth company in your portfolio. My question is, will this investment philosophy will translate into twice the shareholder return as you have historically provided to your shareholder?
Yeah. Well, it will certainly work out to twice the return if Intel and Microsoft do twice as well as Coke and Gillette. I mean, it's a question of being able to identify businesses that you understand and feel very certain about. And if you understand those businesses, and many people do, but Charlie and I don't, you have the opportunity to evaluate them. And if you decide they're fairly priced and they have marvelous prospects, you're going to do very well. But there's a whole group of companies, a very large group of companies, that Charlie and I just don't know how to value. And that doesn't bother us. I mean, we don't know how to figure out what cocoa beans are going to do, or the Russian ruble, there's all kinds of financial instruments that we just don't feel we have the knowledge to evaluate. And really, it might be a little too much to expect that somebody would understand every business in the world. And we find some that are much harder for us to understand. And when I say understand, my idea of understanding a business is that you've got a pretty good idea where it's going to be in 10 years. And I just can't get that conviction with a lot of businesses, whereas I can get it with relatively few. But I only need a few. As you pointed out, you only need a few, 6 or 8 or something like that. It would be better for you, it certainly would have been better for you, if we had the insights about what we regard as the somewhat more complicated businesses you described, because there was and may still be a chance to make a whole lot more money if those growth rates that you describe are maintained. But I don't think you'll find better managers than Andy Grove at Intel and Bill Gates at Microsoft, and they certainly seem to have fantastic positions in the businesses they're in. But I don't know enough about those businesses to be as sure that those positions are fantastic as I am about being sure that Gillette and Coca-Cola's businesses are fantastic. You may understand those businesses better than you understand Coke and Gillette because of your background or just the way your mind is wired. But I don't, and therefore I have to stick with what I really think I can understand. And if there's more money to be made elsewhere, I think the people that make it are entitled to it. Charlie?